Where are we?
We're in DreamHack.
We're at DreamHack?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah!
Woo!
Hey there, ladies and gents. Welcome back to the vlog. My name is Drew, and welcome to another episode of Drew's Startup Vlog. I am walking around my house, and I'm about to go grab some lunch, and I've had a really productive day of coding today. Now, productive days are amazing. It's wonderful to be able to sit down and write a bunch of code or close a deal or pass some certain kind of milestone in your project, but more important than having a productive day today, I want to talk about what happened 3-ish days ago. It was Friday, today's Monday, last Friday. Last Friday, I went to DreamHack Dallas 2019. I believe it's the first year that they're doing it, and it was a blast. And you may be asking yourself, well, what does going to an esports festival have to do with starting a company and all that other good stuff? Well, that brings me to today's lesson. And today's lesson is behind every productive day, there is a relaxing day. And what that means is that the first and most important lesson that I could teach you out of everything it comes to managing a startup company, and like I said, there's tons of topics that we're going to get into, like how to incorporate and all that other stuff, but more important than that, more important than the stuff that you can learn just by Googling, I wanted to start this series or start these lessons with making sure that you take time for yourself and making sure you take time to relax. And the reason for that is universally, or the powers that be in the universe don't allow us to do things, mundane things, over and over again. To give you an idea, you can't run a car engine or a diesel engine 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Over time, it's going to wear down and eventually break. In the same way, you can't run a marathon every single day. You can't run 26 miles every single day, or you can't run races every single day. You need time for your body to rest. Same with any sport, same with any hobby, that sort of thing. You can't do everything, or you can't do vigorous activity very, very frequently. You need to have time to rest and to recuperate. And mental workouts like writing code or writing software or working on stuff, closing a deal, that sort of stuff, these are mentally exhausting tasks. And in the same way, just like a marathon runner, you can't be at them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You need to have some time to recuperate. Your bodies need time to rest, your brain needs time to reset, and to think about stuff that's not related to the project that you're working on. And there's certainly some psychology to this too, because over time, as you do things over and over again, they get repetitive and then they get boring. And eventually when you're bored, you start to resent the things that you're doing because you just want to do something else, because that's how our brain works. Like I said, there's universal powers that be that keep us from doing things over and over again. We like change as human beings. We may not like a whole lot of change, but as complex organisms living in a system of the universe and all these other natural forces, we're inclined to make routine changes in our life or not do the same thing over and over again. And so if you want to be in this for the long term, and you definitely will be, because it's not one of those things that you can just one and done. You don't just like think up of an idea, sell it to Google for $10 million and then you're good. No, it takes a lot of time to get a company off the ground, and it takes a lot of time to refine your product and to tell people about your product. And by the way, if you're doing anything that's remotely innovative, chances are there's going to be nothing else in the market like what you've got, and that means that you have to work very diligently to introduce your product to the market and to teach people and to coach people on how to use it and how it makes their lives better. And again, all of these things require time. So owning a software company or owning a startup company is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And if you want to be in it for the long haul, you need to pace yourself, and that means that you need to relax and do stuff that you enjoy. So that's why I say today's lesson, or the focus of today's video and today's lesson, is behind every productive day, there is a day of relaxation or quality relaxing time. And just to give you guys some purpose or some kind of reasoning behind that, I'm going to show you some clips that I got from DreamHack last Friday. It was a total blast. It was probably one of the first esports festivals that I've ever been to, and I went with my sister, my lovely, amazing sister, Alex, and we just had a blast. So I'm going to show you some of these clips and kind of go through what it was like there. It's a couple minutes, but I like to structure these videos where I talk about the lesson, then there's like something in the middle, and then we wrap up. So this will be that something in the middle, is talking about DreamHack. And while we're doing that, just kind of be thinking about some of the things that you enjoy doing. Like if you like walking your dog, or if you like just sleeping counts, like getting quality rest. Sometimes a good nap is something that you do to reset. That counts. If you like swimming or working out, something like that, find something that's natural and healthy that you enjoy doing to relax. And we're going to do something with that list. So be thinking about that as I show you these clips from DreamHack. And without further ado, let's bounce into it. Alrighty friends, DreamHack 2019 Dallas in the books. We are driving home with Alex, my wonderful, amazing sister. A funny story. We were in the ticket line and I'm wearing a 100 Thieves jersey. And I walk up to a guy and I says to the guy, "Hey, is this the line for general admission?" He's like, "Yeah." "But wait, aren't you the owner of 100 Thieves?" I'm like, "No." And then Alex says,
What? What did I
do you
say?
remember?
Oh, I was like,
You're like,
I wouldn't be in this general admission line if I was.
point taken. So utter savagery getting in there. But DreamHack was so much fun. I think this was the first year that they were doing it in Dallas. Absolute blast. They actually had a tournament for high school esports, and there was a team from little old Forney, Texas. Forney ISD came and they were just clapping everybody. It was beautiful. Like, these kids were insanely good. And I'm so happy that high school esports is like becoming a thing, because when I was going through school, it would have been so cool to have an esports club. And now all these kids that are getting up and, you know, learning about video games and playing video games, they can be kind of cool too. Because it used to be back when I was around, you'd have to be like a really sporty person, or you'd have to be on the sports team in order to be one of the cool kids. But now kids who play video games can be on teams and be the cool kids too. So that was really awesome.
I think it was cool that they did a lot of like scholarship money for the younger high schooler kids as well. So I mean, it gave you a little bit of a taste of like, you know, being able to win and stuff. But
Yeah.
in terms of like scholarship, like the 40 ISD kids were like, I need to win this money so I can go to college.
Yeah, when Keith gets up during this interview, he's like, "I need this money so I can go to college." I'm like, all right. So
Points for honesty.
points for honesty indeed. So we're in stop and go traffic in the parking lot that is US Highway 75. And so I will follow up with you guys back at the Casa. I'm not what you would call a mint connoisseur, but I've always ever bought Altoids, and these guys are like really intense. Like, when they say cinnamon on the cover, they mean cinnamon. So yeah, my mouth is on fire. Alrighty, ladies and gents, I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of my afternoon at DreamHack. We only went for one day, and we were just kind of trying to scope it out because it's the first year that they were doing it, and it was a blast. We'll definitely be coming back next year, and I'll probably do the BYOC because that's really how DreamHack started. It was a big LAN party, so being part of that weekend and being part of BYOC, I think that's where you really get the full DreamHack experience, and so I'll definitely be doing that next year. So set a timer for 365 days from now, and I'll have a follow-up vlog doing DreamHack for the full weekend in BYOC. But like I said, the whole purpose of showing you that clip is just to show you some of the things that I do to relax and to take some time away from Food for Group, from Mechanyx, and just kind of enjoy myself. And I want to reiterate that you really need that when you're starting a company, because there's this kind of notion that we have in the business and the startup community that you have to work at it day in and day out, and you have to make daily deposits. I've heard it sometimes described, you got to make daily deposits into your business, and that's all well and good, but you don't want to take it to an extreme. Like, a lot of people have talked about pulling like 30 hours, 40 hours straight of just like coding or something like that, and that's unhealthy. You need to sleep, you need to rest, you need to eat, And you need to do all of these things to ensure that you are mentally healthy and emotionally healthy and available for your employee and your staff and whoever is working with you on this project or in this business. And really, like I said, we're going to go into a lot of the nitty-gritty details about, how do you start a company, how do you incorporate, how do you develop a product, how do you maintain relationships, how do you get meetings. All of those things are table stake, but the first lesson that I wish I would have known when I started the project Food for Group and started Mechanyx was that you need to take time for yourself. And it's so important to me that I reiterate this to you guys because I've been there and I've been in rough spots, and I probably should have taken a break because it really stressed me out. And there were points within the project, I guess you can say, where I was legitimately thinking about stopping and just kind of giving up. And you don't want to be in that space because you're always, whenever you hit those moments, it's always an indication that you are so very close. And you want to make sure that you're mentally healthy and you're emotionally healthy so that when you get to those points, you can keep pushing through. And the only way that you get that emotional and mental health is by relaxing and taking some time for yourself and pacing yourself. Because again, this is going to be a long run. You're going to be in this for a couple of years. And it's not a one and done thing. It's not quick, easy money. You are starting a business and you are working with people and you are developing a product that you are then going to market to customers. And then all of that takes time. So pace yourself, take some time to relax. I mentioned to you guys earlier to make a list of the top 3 things that you like to do and write that down. Put it near your workstation or something like that. And whenever you're feeling stressed or your build isn't working or something's up or something's wonky and you just can't figure it out, look at your list and go do one of those things really quickly, because it's in those moments that you need to reset and you need to take yourself away from that cliff of wanting to give up and back onto the road of making this amazing product that you're working on. So that's today's lesson. Lesson number 1. Take some time to relax, enjoy yourself, pace yourself, and don't get into a rut. Don't feel like you have to be an extreme programmer, you have to work so many hours a day. You don't. It's a daily commitment, but there's also a commitment to yourself and a commitment to your emotional health that you need to do on the daily basis. And that's done by relaxing and enjoying yourself as much as you can while working on this project. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, leave a like if you did and drop a comment below if you are wanting to continue the conversation. And if you like the series and you want to keep up with it, be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell. As always, we'll finish up in the normal way, and that is by me saying that you are wanted, you are loved, and you are appreciated. You have a special talent that nobody else has, and the world is waiting on you to bring it out. So muster a little courage, go out into the world, and change it. That's what the world's waiting on. You.